The most anticipated spin-off of the Power universe, Power Origins, is finally coming, and I can't wait to see the first steps of young Tommy and Ghost on their way to becoming one of the most important crime empires in New York. I know you're counting down the days for Power Origins too, so without wasting any time, let me tell you the explosive updates that will double your excitement. First, we must talk about one of the things you're most curious about, what the show is actually about. With the latest updates, the plot of the series is now clear. In Power Origins, Ghost and Tommy are ambitious young entrepreneurs on the rise, determined to make their mark on the streets of New York City. The series will highlight the unbridled audacity of young men not just leveling up, but determined to become legends in the game. One word: amazing. We all know how high Tommy and Ghost will eventually rise, but looking at this official plot, it shows us that the road leading there will be just as exciting as the peak itself. So, how will this glorious story begin? Now, it's time to take a look at the origin stories of our legends Tommy and Ghost, and who will be played by brand new actors in the series. Let's start with Tommy Egan, the actor who will play Tommy, a role that became Joseph Sikora's signature in Power Origins, will be Charlie Mann. He previously acted in the movie Watchers and in the mini-TV series Lazarus. In Power Origins, we'll see this talented actor as a teenage fight machine with anger issues, someone who can risk everything for his loved ones. Honestly, when I look into Charlie's eyes, I can already see those fearless looks of Tommy. So what will we see in the story of Tommy played by Charlie? First, we'll learn about Tommy's family and witness what kind of childhood he had. And here, his drug-addicted mother Kate Egan will appear. Because of both his father abandoning them and his mother's situation, we'll see Tommy as a child pushed into crime in the streets of New York with a broken psychology. And one day, while being bullied in his black neighborhood for being white, someone will appear to defend him. And that person will be none other than Ghost, who from that day on will become his partner in crime till the end. At this point, I have to drop the second bombshell because the actor who will play Ghost has also been confirmed. And that person will be the very talented young actor Spence Moore too. He previously acted in Creed 3, so I have to say he's pretty used to tough guy roles. Back to Power Origins, after that bullying scene where Ghost and Tommy meet, we'll see Ghost telling Tommy his life story. And in that conversation, we'll learn that Ghost was raised by his father who owned a nightclub, that he wanted to have a club of his own just like his father, and that he had a close relationship with his uncle Gabe. But shortly after meeting Tommy, we'll witness one of Ghost's biggest traumas, which will be his father's murder by drug dealers. With the loss of his father, Ghost will be left all alone, and we'll see him moving into Tommy's house, where he will now see Tommy as a brother. And that's when the adventures of Tommy and Ghost, which we've all been waiting for, will begin. Before I explain how they'll enter the crime world, I want to ask you your thoughts on Charlie Mann and Spence Moore too. Do you also think, like me, that this duo will make a fantastic Tommy and Ghost? Write your thoughts in the comments, and I'll tell you about the other characters and events we'll see in the show. As you can guess, Ghost and Tommy could never rise to the top without Kanan. For this reason, the last official cast member for now is Mekhi Curtis, who will continue to play Kanan in Power Origins. In the early episodes of the series, we'll see Kanan noticing how skilled Tommy and Ghost are, pulling them to his side and helping them to become even more successful. And of course, Kanan won't be training them alone. Alongside him will be his partner Breeze, whom we met in Season 4 of Raising Kanan, and who together with Kanan will become one of the biggest crime bosses in New York. Even though it hasn't been officially announced yet, we'll also see Shameik Moore, who plays Breeze, in Power Origins, and we'll see how Breeze, compared to Kanan, has an even bigger influence on Ghost's life, and that he's the one who gives Ghost his nickname because of how quickly he can escape from the cops. Alright, so it's certain that in Power Origins we'll be watching the turbulent, heated, and action-packed lives of this four-man crew. But what about love and drama? At this point, we'll also see Ghost's one true love Angela in the series. As you know, Ghost and Angela were high school sweethearts, and things had gotten serious enough for their families to meet. But when Angela's family didn't accept Ghost, the two of them had to break up. However, Rest assured that in Power Origins, we'll be watching that Angela and Ghost love story, which we couldn't get enough of in Power for a big part of the series. But what about Tasha, whom we know Ghost met after high school? At this point, I think the characters' stories will be slightly changed. To raise the drama level by creating a love triangle, we'll see Tasha also attending the same high school as Ghost and Angela. And we'll also see Tasha's close friend and Tommy's one and only love, Lakeisha, appearing in the series early on together with Tasha. Are you also excited like me to watch the high school love lives of Ghost and Tommy? While you write in the comments, I'll tell you when we'll be watching this action and drama-packed series. Even though Power Origins is currently still in pre-production and doesn't have a set release date, since most of the cast will be from Raising Kanan and they'll be using similar locations, it seems very likely that we'll see Power Origins right after the final season of Raising Kanan, which will be Season 5 airing in 2026, meaning most probably in 2027. To give a more specific date, I'd say get ready for young Tommy to cancel Christmas 2027. And in the trailer, we'll probably see in fall 2027, we'll watch Tommy and Ghost's family lives, how they met, how they joined Kanan and Breeze, the first thrills they'll have with Angela, Tasha, and Lakeisha, and other characters we'll see in the series, such as Kate Egan and Jukebox. Now, it's your turn. What do you want to see in Power Origins? Do you like the cast? Let's meet in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more Power Origins and Power Universe. See you in the next one.